Right. So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. I'm just we've got a lot of better relief at work. We don't have to worry about dental anymore. So I walked in from being off of vacation to a better, better environment.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I still
How are
have COVID.
you? Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I am too. I feel like shit.
How's the household?
They're all getting better.
Mm.
I'm still sick.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
still.
Because COVID likes me and it wants to hang around and play.
Oh no, tell it to go away. You don't want to play no more.
I know, right? Well, I'll tell you, want to go do
Let's
this, puppy?
let's do it.
Let's do this. It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles, 6 o'clock in Chicago, and 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. It's Thursday night, Amelia, and what does that mean?
What's the buzz time?
It's What's the Buzz time. Hello, everybody. It's a very COVID-ridden Mad Dog tonight. I am I'm quarantined in the studio.
Oh,
Cause Mama D won't let me upstairs. Oh man. Um, so how you doing, kid?
good, good. We just
Happy day at work sound like,
a
huh?
little bit better, yes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm trying to get better. I've been drinking like giant cups of tea. That's like
Oh
a three
goodness.
cupper.
Oh wow. It just.
Yeah, that's like a three cupper. I was like drowning in tea
Mm.
and hot drinks and like just water out the yin yang.
I bet you can't wait to
OD
start
on
drinking that
water.
coffee, huh?
I haven't had a cup of coffee in 5 days.
Mm.
I'm not even kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Me without a cup of coffee.
That's not like you.
No, I tea and water. This is it.
Mm.
I luckily I still have a little bit of a voice left,
Mm.
and I'm thank thank you God that
Right.
I'm able to breathe.
Mm.
Um, my doctor finally called me back 3 days
Oh
later.
wow. What did he
Um,
say?
well, he I actually have a prescription that I have to pick up. Anita actually is going to pick it up
Oh
tomorrow for
good,
me
good.
at the drugstore. He's gave me some pills to knock this shit out.
Oh good. Yeah, you
They,
need to
they
take
better
those
be good for
as directed.
65 bucks. They better be fucking good.
Yeah, they're supposed to work, and it's supposed to. I think you're supposed to take it for 5 days regular. Do not stop a dose. It says.
Yeah, well, this is 14 days.
Oh, 14 days worth.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, 14 days worth.
Yeah, do not skip that dose. You have to take it.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is What's the Buzz podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's Amelia. I want to say thank you in front of everybody. You held up the ship pretty good the other night. We introduced a new show called "Is It Me or What?" As
Right?
you can see behind Amelia right now, that's big. Her mouth, by the way, she's got a big mouth. Um,
Yeah, right. He told me I better get one or not, or else.
yeah, right. That's
See?
that's Amelia's logo, her mouth. Um, so you actually did a pretty good job the other night, talking about New Year's resolutions and
Mm-hmm.
why people never ever keep them.
Nope.
But
Some
you
do, some
offered
don't.
some. Yeah, I will give you credit though. You offered some pretty good alternatives
Mm-hmm.
to people who can't keep their resolutions, and nobody
Mm-hmm.
really who keeps their resolutions.
Make a
Very
bucket
few
list.
people do.
Yeah. Right.
I read the other day that people who make resolutions 97% fail
Yeah, they do.
because of the timing, because they
Mhm.
want to do everything right away,
Yeah,
and they have about a 5-minute attention span,
more than likely.
and they just like they give up. They just
You know why? Basically, because it's about 2 or 3 days after Christmas, here comes the Valentine's candy right on the shelves.
yeah,
Yep, and a lot of
yeah,
people
absolutely.
Yeah, you wanna
Yep.
join the gym? That ain't gonna happen. Trust me,
No, you
that's
go
not gonna
from
happen.
Christmas to New Year's and you're making resolutions. Let me
Mhm,
tell you something.
that's not gonna happen.
Sit down and have the candy, okay?
Oh, yes.
Eat the
Every day.
candy, pig out on the cake,
Mhm,
do all that fun shit. Because guess what?
mhm.
You're not gonna hit the gym till at March or April at least
Yep,
anyway.
yeah, because, I mean, the
Okay,
same deals you're gonna get
forget it.
for the gym, during the Christmas time, you're gonna get a few months later. And
I'm gonna
I
tell you
you
what.
could turn it into a bucket list and do that, basically. That's gonna
Yeah,
happen eventually, so might as well turn it into a bucket list. And you know
yeah.
what else I saw people
What's
doing?
that?
They get a jar, and every time something good happens, write it down in the jar and put it in there, and by the end of the year, guess what you could do? You could read at the end of the year what good things happened at the end of the year.
That's a really interesting. You know what? That's a really, really
Mhm.
interesting idea.
Mhm.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start it. We actually did because my first little thing was, guess what I put? I put got a podcast show, got my own show. That's what I put in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You conned me into it.
I did not
Not
con you into that
really.
one.
Nah, she didn't really con me. She was going to get her own show around April anyway.
That's what he says, people, but I don't wanna believe him.
No, it is true.
Really?
No, absolutely.
Did you have this name in mind the whole time, or what was it gonna
No,
be?
no, 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 not is it me or what? I was
Mhm,
going to have you do. Here's what the deal was. I was
mhm,
going to have you do a show
mhm,
oriented toward young women and women.
mhm.
Um, to talk about like the problems and the challenges really that
Mhm.
young women and women face today
Right,
with uh, finances and work, boyfriends, husbands, kind of like a how to survival guide
right, that's
for
true.
women.
Mhm,
That's what I was going to do
mhm.
because you're good like that.
Well, my coworker, she's in her 70s, and she's actually having to work part-time still. And,
Well, and that's the
she's
kind of thing we're talking
yeah,
exactly. That's the kind of thing we're talking about.
and guess they gave her a raise, but guess how much? A 40-cent raise, that's it. A
You think they could afford
40
it?
cent and guess
Please
what? A year before that, I only got a quarter raise.
be lucky you got it.
Yeah, yeah,
Be lucky you got it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me introduce everybody. This is, of course, Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. She
Yes,
is the producer of the show. She's also my co-host, and she is the host of "Is It Me or What?"
and guess what? You have a new show as well. Wanna tell people about that as
I
well
got a
coming?
couple of shows
Yes,
coming
you
up
do.
people don't know about yet.
Mhm,
We are going to introduce next week,
mhm.
just in time for Elvis's birthday
Yes.
bash. We're
I'm
going to
excited about that
introduce.
one.
Oh yeah, we're excited. We actually have an Elvis impersonator going to
Mhm.
join us,
Yes.
and I got a surprise. I'm not telling nobody. So, and you already know the surprise. So, shh.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
We got a Elvis tribute guy coming next week, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
Mhm,
That's it. Um, but I have another surprise next week too. We
mhm.
are going to introduce a couple of shows. We have Blue Collar Chaos.
Yes.
We're going to introduce Blue Collar Chaos. It's about working people that are fed up.
Yes.
And you're going to see videos and hear stories of people who said, that's enough. Enough is enough.
Mhm,
Fuck this shit. I'm taking things into my own hands
mhm.
and I'm going to do it my way. And I don't
Yep.
give a shit what nobody thinks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what we're going to do. And the other show we're going to do is one of my favorite topics. And it's going to be kind of a regular feature. We're calling it the UFO cover up.
Mhm.
And I know, Amelia, you're into the UFO things.
Oh, we have a lot of that.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh yeah. And so we're gonna do that's like my thing.
Mhm.
We're gonna do that the UFO show. We'll probably do some together, some separately.
Mhm.
Um, but we gotta, Amelia's doing her own show. I'm gonna do mine. Then we do, of
Mhm.
course, we do ours together, like What's the Buzz and
Mhm.
special shows like the UFO cover up. We'll do that together. And people you'll get the same quality of show that you're used to seeing.
Yes.
Um,
And we
special
might bring
guests
some from
coming.
the vault. Maybe some shows
Oh,
from the vault.
look,
Yeah.
we got a vault. Trust me.
Mhm.
Okay, I got 5 years worth of vault over here.
Yeah.
Okay,
And trust me, people, we will not bore you with how many kind of Snicker bars there are. There's other podcast shows that will and radio stations that will do that, and we will
Snicker
not
bar.
bore
This
you.
is this is their highlight of this show. Snicker
Yeah,
bar. You know
yeah,
what?
we won't bore you with that kind of stuff. We're not that kind of boring show. Trust me.
Crazy. I'll tell you what. I just shake your head.
That was boring.
Anyway.
Sorry about that, but that was I had to get that out there, okay? Because
Yeah. Oh, I know.
that
I know.
that's the boring show that you're gonna not have.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is an interesting night tonight.
Oh yes.
Because we had a show planned and we thought about we were going to maybe dump it with you know what,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Tonight's show is fake news,
Yes.
but we're going to add a little something to this that even you didn't count on.
No.
Not only fake news, but how easy it is today
Mm-hmm.
to manipulate the media. It's getting harder and harder. I think it's everybody realizes because of Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. Believe it or not, it's still
Mm-hmm.
a thing. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
even believe that MySpace is still around.
I can't even remember my username and login. I know I had my kids made one for me, but I
I
can't
thought
remember.
MySpace was like done, but no, it's
No.
still around. Believe it or
Mm-hmm.
not, it's hanging on. I don't know how,
Oh yeah.
but somebody said Justin Timberlake owns that.
Really?
That's
Hmm.
what they said. I don't know. I wouldn't know Justin Timberlake if I fell over him. Okay,
I've
I
heard of
have no
him, but
idea who he is or what he looks like. So I don't. So there, yes, I am old because I don't know who Justin Timberlake is. But let me
I
tell
it's
everybody a little something here, Amelia. I'm sorry, but good.
no, I think I heard he got famous with YouTube, I think, but I don't remember.
I don't
I don't
know.
I'm that old too, so I don't
I
know.
don't. I have no idea. Let's. You know what? You got your phone handy?
Yes, I do.
Find
Right.
out who Justin Timberlake is.
Okay.
Yeah, just type it in. 'Cause while
Or
you're
maybe
doing
he's
that,
a
I'm going to tell
group band.
everybody.
I'm
Yeah, find out who he is.
because
Because tonight we're doing fake news.
Mhm.
So that might be fake news. I don't know.
I could never
Find out who Justin Timberlake is.
my daughter be like, "You know who that?" I was like, "No, I don't." Let's
I'm
see. He's
sure your kids might know who Justin
Justin
Timberlake.
Justin Randall Timberlake, American singer, songwriter, actor, world
Oh,
best-selling
okay.
music artist with sales over 88 million records.
Okay, so he's a singer then. All right.
Mhm. He was born in
Okay.
Memphis, Tennessee. He's
All right.
41 years old. Wow.
Okay, so here we go. Tonight's show is about fake news, but not only fake news,
Mhm.
but how the media manipulates the news
Oh, yes.
and how easy it's becoming to trick even the hardest people to trick.
Mhm.
I think it's just an idea over here. So, where does fake news come from and why? Well,
Mhm.
the answer is I'm reading this here,
Oh,
but the
yeah.
answer you don't
Mhm.
need to read this to understand the answers to
Mm-mm.
that. Where does it come from and why? Well, here's where it comes from. It comes from people who want to forward their agenda,
Mhm.
and it's that simple. People who have a particular MO in mind.
Mhm.
Okay, they got a particular agenda in mind, and for them to forward their agenda, they'll take the truth and they'll twist it, they'll bend it, they'll
Mhm.
break it, Then
Right.
they'll put it back together with Scotch tape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? It means it's still news, but it's not the same news you started with.
No.
Okay. And we're seeing that more and more in such in your face ways. It's just like, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's take a look at this real quick.
Okay.
Attacking us, can you give us a question? Since you're Mr. President-elect, Mr. President-elect, since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are attacking our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
is
chance
terrible.
to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking
categorically,
a question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No,
give
I'm not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a
Can you
question.
can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go ahead.
appropriate.
That's hilarious.
A perfect example of what I'm talking about.
I clapped at that one when he
Me
said that.
too. Where Donald Trump says,
You're
"You're fake
fake."
news."
Yep. I
And
remember
people
that.
in the room applauded him.
Yeah, I remember that. I did too when he was doing that. I was like, yoo-hoo.
They applauded him. The other reporters were
Mhm.
applauding him
Yes.
for shitting on that CNN guy because he
Mhm.
hates CNN.
Oh, yeah.
Hates him.
Because
Hates
they
him.
said so many negative things about him from the beginning. I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, he
Go ahead,
did that to
continue.
a Chinese lady, a reporter at the Rose Garden. He says,
Mhm.
he goes, "I'm the president. Shut up. Sit
Yep.
down. You're fake news."
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I loved it because that way he could spot him a mile away. He was like, you, be quiet. Or if he could,
Yep.
and I think,
Yeah,
didn't
go
he tell him, say, you, if I could tell you to leave, I would tell you to leave, but you're here, you're press, so I can't have you leave
Yeah.
or something like that. Because
Here's
freedom
the
of the
thing,
press or
Amelia.
something like that.
I remember sending you
Mm-hmm. Two of them, fake news, and
okay.
one was the dangers of fake news, assorting the fact from fiction.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Mm-hmm.
You still have that?
Yes. Which one? The dangers of fake news, sorting from the fact and
sorting
fiction.
the fact from fiction.
Mhm.
Why don't you just do me a favor, would you please?
Yes.
Just so I could save my voice a little bit.
Sure.
Why don't you read the first couple paragraphs of that? And I'll tell you when
The
to stop.
issues of fake news. The dangers of fake
Yeah, the
fake
dangers of
news.
fake
Okay.
news. Yeah.
Okay. The issues of fake news has been a dominant theme in the headlines for several years. How do we define the term that has become to mean so many different things to different people? At its core, we're defining fake news as those news stories that are false. The story itself is fabricated with no veritable facts, sources, or quotes.
So now, stop right there for a minute. That's really important because that's the key of what fake news is.
Exactly.
It's basically, if you don't have the facts, like they said, make something up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just make something up that people will believe. Like the cow over there could be white, but you look at it and say, that cow is really purple, and that's what you're going to believe because it's purple. Because they told you to believe it's
they
purple.
will convince you that it's a purple towel, even though your eyeballs will say, no, that's white.
No, it's not, people. It's really that color.
And so that's the essence of fake news. You understand, though, that people are very gullible. People are, especially these days. Don't forget, the people growing up now were children of a drug generation.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I believe that their heads are infested with drugs, with silly, stupid fucking ideas. They don't have an iota of a sense of a clue what's happening around them, not a differential of the right from wrong thing to do. And that's why you're living in a world that is ever more dangerous in regards to, can you discern the truth? And it's getting harder and harder to discern the truth. So how do we, I'm going to get a little graphic, folks. How do we roto-rooter through this muck and mire of shit storms over here and get to the truth of what's really happening? Well, the essence of it is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a alternate universe anymore. It's a bizarro world. It's no longer Walter Cronkite telling you that's the way it is, because that's not the way it is anymore. Now it's the way the government wants you to think it is. The government is wholly owned and fully operating the news sources in this country. It's not coming from reporters, it's coming from the government. Back in World War II, Nazi Germany had a department of propaganda, and they would set forth the agenda, and that's what you would follow. Well, the United States is learning from Nazi Germany. They learned from the best. Okay. And they learned, look, even the Department of Homeland Security, Adolf Hitler called his the Department of Homeland Security. Can't make it up. Go look in the history books. Department of Homeland Security is a Nazi invention. Okay. George Bush liked it.
Mm-hmm.
He kept it. Okay. Go ahead. Keep it.
Yeah, exactly. He can keep it all he wants because that's not, it's going to be like that. That's how they want to keep it.
It's still not the truth. It's still not the truth.
No.
That's the Department of Homeland Security. It's all bullshit anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, Neil. When you talk about understanding why fake news is so prevalent, then you get closer and closer to the core of what's really happening around us. Why is it so prevalent? Because we have an agenda now set forth not by the news agencies, but set forth by the government, who's trying to push forward a narrative. Okay? They're trying to rewrite history.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to erase history
and remove our
There's
statues.
one problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's one quintessential problem. People like me are still alive.
Yes.
People like you are still alive. Okay? And we're not going anywhere.
No.
So, get used to us. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
Exactly. And our shows are going to air forever. And we're going to continue telling the history. And we're going to still reveal everything that we can while we can.
Well, remember what they say, Amelia. Life is temporary, but film is forever.
Exactly. Yeah, it will be around forever. Just like just recently, the JFK, a lot of the other files have been revealed as well.
It's nice to know that after I'm long dead and gone, I will still be making somebody very happy or miserable on YouTube or somewhere in Cyberland.
Oh, well, we'll make sure that, right? Both of us will make sure that everything, after you and I are long gone, that everything's going to still be airing, and we'll pass it on, the torch.
That's what we have to do. We're going to pass the torch on. I'm not ready to pass anything on yet.
Right.
Not yet. So don't rub your hands too much there, Valerio.
No, I would be lost. I'd be like, where do I start? What button do I press? What am I doing?
Okay. Well, here it is. Let's talk. It's right here. The rise of false information. False information, by the way, is not new.
No.
However, it's become a hot topic since 2017. Actually, that's not true. It's been a hot topic since about 2012. Okay. Traditionally, we got our news from trusted sources. Let's just talk about Walter Cronkite, the news. Journalists and the media outlets that are required to follow strict codes of practice. However, the internet has enabled us, excuse me, the internet has enabled us to look at a whole new way to publish, share, and consume information and news with very little, this is the fun part, with very little regulation or editorial standards, which is why internet media creators are having a fucking field day, because nobody's holding them to account. Nobody's holding them to a standard. Nobody's holding them to credibility.
No,
there's no credibility. But guess what? They don't need to be credible.
No.
Media content creators, all they got to do is push out content.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to push out the truth.
Nope, because somebody's pulling their puppet strings, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that puppet string is called the government.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
you know
which one it is that they're pulling, basically,
Do
at that
you
time.
know? I'm going to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me a little bit,
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
because I want to say something to people
Mhm.
here. The next time you watch a movie, ask yourself, is it really a movie? Or is the government using that film company or that film or those actors? Are they
Mhm.
using those people to push forward an agenda?
Right. Subliminal messaging.
I'll give you a
Mhm.
perfect example of what I'm talking about, and it will blow your fucking mind. There's a film I want you to watch. I'm going to ask you all, if you're listening and watching here, watch a movie called Wag the Dog.
Okay.
Okay? Wag the Dog. Then you will see exactly what I said a moment ago. That fake news has been around longer than 2017. I'm going to show you fake news that goes back to the 1940s.
Oh, it's in the 1940s, that movie?
No. It's a new movie. It's called
A new
Wag
movie?
the Dog. Yeah.
Okay.
But I want you to watch this. Check this out.
Okay.
You're going to find this interesting. This is the true story of fake news. This is
Mhm.
I love that little puppet there, because that's
Mhm.
what it is. It's a puppet.
Yep. With the aprons, with the
Now-
little strings on there. Yeah.
These are 7 types of, and I want people to listen to me very carefully. There are 7 categories of false or misinformation, or what's called disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
You got satire and parody, which is not intended to cause harm, but has the potential to fool people. It's generally, parody or satire is generally humorous. Now, the next is called misleading content. Misleading use of information to frame an issue or an individual. In other words, to push forward a particular agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which we talked about. This is an interesting category. Imposter content. You find a lot of imposter content on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter,
Yes.
Facebook, all of the social medias, YouTube, Vimeo, places like that. Then the next one is completely fabricated content, which is 100% false, designed to deceive you and to do harm to you. Now, that's the most dangerous.
Yes, it is very dangerous.
False connection news. When headlines and visuals don't support the content. In other words, you're forwarding a narrative, but what you're seeing doesn't jive up to what you're forwarding. It's called misdirection. It's a fabricated way of presenting semi-true news. But remember, half a truth is a whole lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other thing is false content. When genuine content is shared with false context and information, you can have true information, but if you assimilate that in a false narrative way, well, then it's no longer true, is it?
It's all
Amelia?
false. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The seventh and last kind is called manipulated content. When genuine information or imagery is manipulated to deceive. And that's important, because that's what we're seeing right now on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Facebook loves to do this thing called fact check.
Yes, it does.
Well, TikTok likes to do that too. By the way, I
Mhm.
have 4 strikes against me on TikTok. Who gives a flying motherfuck? Okay, I
Yeah.
don't care. Okay, I hate TikTok, and Amelia is in charge of our social media, and she knows I hate TikTok.
Hmm.
But do we have a TikTok?
No, not right now at the
Well, yes,
moment.
we do.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
do, but we don't
blank,
have
isn't
anything
it?
on there. Yeah.
But it's blank, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to stay blank until I say otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Because
Okay.
people don't want to hear the truth. They
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Why am I
Like you
going to
said.
put stuff up if they're going to take it down anyway?
Exactly. Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why put it up there?
And a lot of
know?
information. One of the social media that you didn't like what we had to say. That's where we got it from.
Yeah. Here you go. Facebook, fake news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Right there.
Facebook.
Right there.
Here's the best part. Look at this one.
Mhm.
Facebook promises not to stop politicians' lies and hate. Okay. And they're telling you straight up, we're not going to stop them. Incredible.
But they still do anyway.
Here you go. Bad news. Facebook leads in news consumption among social feeds, but most people don't trust it. That's the truth. People don't trust it. There's Mr. Zuckerfucker right now himself.
Doesn't he look like a robot to you?
He is a robot.
I mean, just look at his face. He just looks like a...
Yeah, look at it. You look at his face. Look at him.
Look at that.
He is a robot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture I'm going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you in a little bit. It's a staff meeting at Facebook. Not one single person in this 50 people in this picture. Not one single person smiling. Not one. That must be a fun place to fucking work, boy.
I would imagine.
Let me tell
smiling.
you. Let me fucking tell you. Here you go. Kind of scary when the weatherman is the closest one telling the truth on the news these days. Okay? Read that, Amelia.
Wow.
Read it.
Kind of scary when the weatherman is the closest one telling the truth on the
How
news
about
these days.
that shit?
Wow.
And half the time he's wrong too.
I would say 30% of the time he's telling the truth.
He's the only guy that could lie about the oh shit.
Oh, what Dewey
Here we go.
defeats Trump?
This is what I wanted you to see.
Wow.
This is what I want you to see. Talk about fake news. This is President Harry Truman. Okay? You see he's holding up a paper that says Dewey defeats Truman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Guess what? They printed the headline before the election was over.
Wow.
Because they expected Mr. Truman to lose. Guess what?
Yeah.
He won by the largest margin in U.S. history.
Wow.
Yep. So Alfred Dewey, who there was never a President Dewey, let's put it that way.
Right. It's like a who? A Dewey who?
Alfred Dewey.
Never heard of him.
That's because Harry Truman kicked his ass. That's fake news, 1940 style. We'll show you more fake news from back in the day. Here you go.
Caught in the act, the Daily News publicity acknowledges it steals the news from the Daily Telegram.
That's a true headline, by the way.
Oh, wow.
That's a true headline. Yep. The New York Daily News got caught stealing headlines from the Telegram.
Wow.
In
plagiarism at its best.
Yep, in England. Yep, absolutely. That's absolutely true. Yep. You can't make it up.
Nope, it's right there.
Here's another one. This was one of the most famous fake news stories in history. But people today, largely most of the people from that time period are dead. Radio play terrifies nation. Do you have any idea what they're talking about?
No, but it wasn't.
I'm going to blow your mind when I tell you.
was TV not invented right back? They didn't have a lot of TV back then, or no TV was then at that
No,
time.
this was before television. This
Okay.
was the early 1940s.
Okay.
Television came in 48.
Okay.
So, what do you think this might even be? It's a radio show.
Could it be maybe during Halloween? Or
You're in the ballpark. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened.
Mm.
You're looking at the headlines for War of the Worlds.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
And
they
you're gonna
try to
see what
scare people about ending of the world or
people
something.
were killing themselves.
What?
Read the headline on the right-hand side. I'm going to read it for you.
Uh-huh.
Radio play terrifies nation. Mars invasion thought real. Hysteria grips the United States.
Oh
Many
my
fear.
god.
Wait a minute. Listen to this. Many fear world coming to end. The guy who created that, his name was Orson Welles.
Oh my gosh.
Now you're going to look at the New York Times. Radio listeners in panic, taking war drama as fact. Many flee homes and escape. Gas raid from Mars.
oh my
Phone
gosh.
call swamp police at broadcast of Wells' fantasy. Orson Welles was a television and movie actor and a radio actor and movie director. You know who Orson Welles was?
Yes, I heard of the name. Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, you're young and you don't
Oh
follow pop
gosh.
culture.
So he did like a podcast, like an actor kind of thing, and made
It
people
was,
think.
yes. Basically, it's exactly what it was.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
They did a radio show. It's exactly what you nailed it. That's exactly what they did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Here you go. Here's another one. Look at this. Public gets free TV with no monthly bills.
Oh wow.
Okay. You know how many people thought that was a advertisement? I mean, a headline. But guess what?
Mhm.
That's an advertisement you're looking at.
Wow.
It's an advertisement that's made to look like a headline, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fake. That would qualify as fake news.
Mm.
Okay.
I'd be like, there's got to be a gimmick there somewhere.
There is a gimmick. It's all
You know.
bullshit.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wait a minute. There's got to be what do I have to do to get that for free? Because there's nothing free in this world.
You got to blow the guy that put the advertisement up.
Now
That's what you gotta do.
that's probably real news right there. All
Yes,
of that.
exactly. Now,
That's the
here
real
is
news.
some of my favorite fake news in the world. Space alien meets with Newt Gingrich.
I would
That
believe that.
child escapes. Here you go. I
Mhm.
brought Elvis back to life. Vladimir Putin is a robot. Surgeons cut off my head and screwed it back on. Look, read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hillary,
6 months to live. Yeah.
By the way, I don't think that the Hillary today is the real Hillary
No.
anyway. I think
I don't think so.
nope.
She doesn't act like the same like she used to be.
Half alligator, half humans found in Florida swamp.
I believe that one.
Yeah. Well, find out because you lived in Florida, so find out for us.
Right? Okay. An alien
Aliens
abducts
abduct
cheerleaders. Yeah.
cheerleaders.
I believe that one.
Loch Ness monster captured. I
Mhm.
love this stuff.
Yep. I
My
believe that's the
favorite
real
one
news.
though is they take a picture of Elvis and flip it sideways. I brought Elvis back to life.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. You brought
Yep.
Elvis back to life.
Yeah.
We're bringing Elvis back to life on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, Amelia. That's Orson Welles. You're looking at him right there.
Oh wow.
Fake radio war stirs terror throughout the U.S. Panic sweeps U.S. as radio stages Mars raid. Here you go. U.S.
US.
bans fake radio alarms.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since this, and you see, there's Orson Welles here. You'll recognize him if you watch
Mhm.
movies, but you're not a big movie watcher like I am. Well, not old stuff like I watch anyway.
Well, you know what we watched the other day was Topper. You remember seeing that movie,
Oh my
Topper
God,
and
yeah.
Topper Returns? I actually got those DVDs.
Oh, I love Topper.
Oh, I love that
Absolutely.
too. I couldn't believe all the stuff that they did back in the 40s, all the
Oh,
nice.
beautiful stuff.
Mhm.
Here's beautiful stuff too. Donald Trump calling him out. You're
You're
fake
fake
news.
news. I love that quote.
Love me some Donald Trump.
Mhm.
Here you go. Look at this. The real fake news is the mainstream media.
Exactly. That
And
is.
that's the truth.
He calls them out and they didn't like it.
No,
But you know
they
what?
of course no, they what are they going to do? Of course they didn't like it. They got
Mhm.
caught.
Yes.
They got caught. With their pants down, they got caught.
Yeah. And I don't blame him from starting his own social media page. I really don't blame him.
No, you can't blame him.
No.
Talk to everybody about that.
Yeah, I mean, because he's like, if you're gonna ban me, that's fine. I can start my own page, and I will start my own page, and he did.
Of course, he
And
can afford to do it. God
Yeah.
bless him.
and Elon Musk was thinking about unbanning his account, but I don't know if he has yet or not.
He has.
He has. I'm not really I don't have a Twitter, so
Yep. But guess what? My account is no longer banned on Twitter.
Oh, good.
Thanks to Elon Musk. What he did was he gave an order
Hmm.
that every banned account unban it. They're all unbanned. And Donald Trump has full access to his Twitter.
But he said he wasn't gonna use it, right? Because he just didn't.
I wasn't sure what the former president said about that. I know it's still there.
Hmm.
You could go on the Twitter and it'll, because in fact I think it's right here.
Hmm.
I believe it's I think it still has. In fact, I'll tell you right now, Amelia.
Because if he's used it in a while, because I know that Ron DeSantis did kind of like in a not exactly say, but in a few words said that he was it's about the presidential race coming up, and of course Donald Trump did mention him wanting to be the vice president with him running.
Oh, here's what they did, Neil.
Mhm.
He actually does have an account still.
Good.
Not only that, but Donald Trump has 3 Twitter accounts. The White House 45 archived,
Hmm.
Donald J. Trump official, President Trump 45 archived.
Oh, good.
So
So that way
Donald
he
Trump actually has 3 Twitter accounts. I know that Elon Musk is a fan of the former president.
can. Mhm.
Hopefully soon president again. He did say he's going to run, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He said he wants to run again, and I know that a lot of people are wanting him to run again because that way we can make this country great again, the way it should be.
Yeah. So you were talking about Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida.
Yeah, he wants to either run with him, or there was rumors that he wanted to run as president. So I don't know how
He
that's going to happen.
probably will. I think it's interesting. That Ron DeSantis is a young, charismatic guy. I
Mhm.
think he's got what it takes to turn things around. He's going to get a lot of fight back though from the old school that runs the country, because there's
Yes.
a bunch of people running this country that you'll never know about.
No.
They have names like Rockefeller,
Mhm.
Rothschild, Bilderberg. Okay, so
And
and
they're the
those
ones
are-
that are giving the fake news and telling people this is what you're going to say and this is how you're going to
Exactly.
say.
They're feeding everybody bullshit.
Yeah.
See, if I tell people this, Amelia, they say, Angelo, you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, Amelia she's got no axe to grind here. And I haven't paid her $5 to say anything, okay?
Mm-mm.
Right? In fact, I haven't paid her anything.
No, none.
All right. You've been with me a year and you've never gotten it. The only thing this woman's ever gotten from me
Mhm.
was a Christmas gift, and maybe I think I sent something from Amazon once or whatever it was.
Hmm. And
Okay.
I thank you for that.
And some. Shut up.
I thank you for a Christmas present. It was really nice of you guys.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm.
I'm talking about people who,
Mhm.
for whatever reason, they think that conspiracy theorists are like
Oh
crackpots,
yeah.
like you and I. But the point I'm trying to make is that you're a nice, normal person with no agenda,
No.
and that I haven't. In other words, I'm trying to tell people
Hmm.
that I haven't paid you to
No. No,
side with
none at
me here,
all. No.
because she's got her own mind. Trust me
Yeah.
when I tell you, right?
I can look up stuff just like everybody else and read it and
Exactly,
make up my own mind. Yes.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But she just happens to be a conspiracy kook like we are, which is good because I like conspiracy. And her husband's a bigger conspiracy nut than she is.
My son actually was looking up a lot of stuff, and he said that Elon Musk is going to be moving to a different country. My son is a bigger. I mean, he looks up a lot of stuff and tells me a lot of stuff for that
Yeah,
kind of
we're
stuff.
going to talk about that after the
Hmm.
show too, because I talked to Jeff about it a little bit.
Hmm.
Well, that's the thing though.
Hmm.
So let's talk about. You want to let's have this little conversation about.
Hmm.
Give me some of your thoughts about fake news. Why are we even having this conversation?
Well, the election to me, why would why would the country let somebody like Biden and as a president? I mean, why would they put us through this torture? I don't understand it. Why?
Well, that
Just
I have that
horrible.
answer for you.
And Pelosi finally, she's out. Thank
Oh my
God.
God, thank you.
Oh, that was
Thank you.
enough torture for this.
Here's the thing. Let's talk about because you asked the question, and I happen to have the answer.
Mhm.
Okay. Again, the names that I just mentioned,
Right.
Rothschild,
Hmm.
Rockefeller, Bilderberg, okay, people like that, DuPont,
Hmm.
okay, names like Clinton,
Hmm.
names like Bush. These are heavy hitters in politics, okay?
Hmm.
And so they have a stronghold in Washington. It's like a tight grip, okay?
Hmm.
And they won't let you got to like kill them to loosen their grip,
Hmm.
okay? That's what happened to John Kennedy. President Kennedy had a grip because his family was a part of Washington for years,
Right.
okay? So how did they loosen the grip? They killed him.
Hmm.
Okay, that's simple. Okay, they killed him. Okay, now no more grip. Now we can put there whoever we want. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think one of the people were that was involved in the Kennedy assassination? George Bush Sr.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, it's absolutely true. Go
Hmm.
look at the Google.
Yeah.
Look at the history.
All we have to do is look it up, and it's
Just
right there, like
look
you
it
said.
up.
Hmm.
We don't lie to people.
No, we don't.
You may not like what we say here, but I would never lie to you
No,
guys.
you have not. Never lied
Okay.
to anyone.
But anything I could tell you, you go online and look. Everybody
Hmm.
has one of these things called a phone.
Hmm.
That's a computer. This thing that we're hello right there. Hello, America.
The computer.
Hello,
Hmm.
America. Guess what? See this camera? It's attached to. Oh, excuse me. See
Hmm.
this camera? It's attached to a computer.
Hmm.
Okay. It's fingers. Let your fingers do the walking. Okay.
Yeah.
Let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah.
It's real simple, folks. If you don't believe us, go look it up yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I'll
And
tell
they
you what.
use our
It's
favorite
just
actors too, don't they, to give us subliminal messages too, and we're gonna
absolutely. Oh wait,
believe.
that's a whole. You
Mhm.
want to get into that one? Go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, they use our favorite
Tell
actors
everybody.
as well to say, if
You talk a little bit. I'm going to drink some
yeah,
water.
they say, you know, here you go, this piece of nice chocolate cake is good for you if you eat this, or they put all these little messages and they're gonna drill this through your head, and you're gonna eat this cake, you're gonna eat this cake, and the more you get, the overweight you're gonna get, you're overweight, you're gonna get, and of course, then they're gonna say, okay, well, here, take this little pill, and you can take this pill for so many days, you're gonna get skinny, and of course you're
They
gonna
get
buy
you
that.
coming and going. Here's
Yeah,
the deal. What she's
exactly.
saying, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what Amelia is telling you.
Mm-hmm.
There's the government in is in bed with the media,
Mm-hmm.
the advertising business, the pharmacy business, the
Yeah, because you
insurance
hear
business. The the government's in bed with everybody. Okay,
every single person.
every single person is absolutely right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
why? What are they doing? I'll tell you what Amelia just told you. They're in bed with the health food business. Okay. You got the health food business telling you eat this and eat this and eat this, and this is good for you, and this is good, and that's not good, and that's not good, and this is not good. But then again, the produce industry, which says everything that we do is good, is saying, "Oh, well, don't listen to them because they're lying about us."
Mm-hmm.
Well, the apples are good for you. Oranges are good for you. Well, the government says apples, too many apples are bad for you. Well, who are you going to believe?
Yeah.
You're going to believe yourself. You eat an apple if you want an apple. If you want an orange, you eat an orange. If you eat too much cake, you're probably going to get fat.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need a little pill to lose weight. You know how you lose weight? By stop eating the cake. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
lose weight. Go out for a walk with your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go out for a walk. Okay? It's simple. What she's telling you is the truth. They got you coming and they got you going.
Yes.
And it's as simple as you're going that way, you're going that way. Okay? Because whichever way you're going, they're going to be waiting for you.
Yep. That's a two-way street, no matter where you look.
But you have to have enough of your own fucking mind,
Mm-hmm.
like Amelia and I woke up, think for yourself, understand that the government don't think for you. They'll never think for me. I will absolutely never, ever allow anyone to speak on my behalf.
No.
Not the government, not another person, not an entity. This show doesn't speak for me. I speak for the show. And Amelia does.
Yes.
Speaks for the show.
Because our stuff is never scripted. We speak from here and here.
Yeah. See, this is not a script, folks.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to show you what this is. This is the dangers of fake news.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia and I print out little things, little headlines of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I got 3 pages in front of me. I might read 5 lines off of these 3 pages. Okay? So, let me give you an idea, Amelia, with regards to social media, some types of false information, and then you can tell everybody a little bit about them, okay? Let's talk about clickbait. Tell everybody what clickbait is.
I'm not really familiar with that.
Clickbait is real simple. It's when you click on an advertisement and it takes you somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
You see them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook's famous for it.
Oh, you
Everywhere.
mean like if you want to see how much that steak that they're advertising, where you can buy it, and it clicks you over to like a thing of jewelry or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. I'll give you what Amelia just told you. Clickbait are stories that are deliberately fabricated to gain more website views. This is the whole view thing again, Amelia. What we're talking about, visitors and views. Okay, and increased advertising revenue for websites. It's all about getting you to spend money somewhere.
Okay.
Do you realize that every time you click on anything on the internet, anytime you click on something, do you know somebody's getting paid for it?
Wow.
Do you know that? You think
No, I
I'm
didn't know
kidding? Go
that.
look it up. I'm not even shitting you.
Oh, because
Not even
that
kidding
could
you.
be something like a friend of mine. She had paid for a leather jacket, and it took her to get to pay for the leather jacket. She paid for it, and then she was going to get the shipping information, but it took her to, oh, hi, you won a free 3-day cruise, like something like that, but it was on the phone.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's it's clickbait.
So they get you
Sure
on the
is.
phone too, even for that.
Here's another thing that goes back to the 1940s. I was talking about earlier. Propaganda. The Ministry of Propaganda. Okay? Stories that are created to deliberately mislead audiences, promote a biased point of view, or particular political cause or agenda. Now, what does that sound like? Sounds like the government to me.
Trying to
How
scare
about
everybody.
satire?
Mm-hmm.
Satire. Lots of websites and social media accounts publish fake news stories for entertainment purposes only and parody. For example, The Onion, The Daily Mash, Waterford Whispers. These are all fake news sites, but they are purposely fake with the idea of you laughing and enjoying humor.
Oh, yes. I've seen those
The
before.
oldest satire magazine in the world is called Mad Magazine.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay? That whole magazine is fake news. It's been like that for 70 years, more than that, 75 years. Okay?
Yeah, I've heard of the Onion one where it tells you like, oh, so-and-so passed away, and you click on that. And it's like, yeah, no, they really didn't die. It's not really true or something like
And
that.
there's another website that's called Snopes.
Mm-hmm.
You know about that one? It's called Snopes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Sloppy journalism. Here you go. Sometimes reporters or journalists may publish a story with unreliable information or without checking all the facts. Imagine that. Jeez. Who checks the facts these days? For example, during the U.S. election, a fashion retailer, oh, you remember this one, Urban Outfitters, published an election day guide. The guide contained incorrect information telling voters they needed a voter registration card. And that's completely false. The United States of America does not use or require a voter registration card to vote at the poll.
No.
Your voter registration card is simply what it says, to register. That's it. But you don't need that to go vote with. So please understand that. This is not required by any state in the United States for voting.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah, and then I also clicked on something too. I had this real pretty blouse. It's all sequins and stuff like that. It's like you get it for $4.90 on Facebook. I said, okay, well, we'll see what it's about, right? So I clicked on the size and clicked on one and things like that. And I said, okay, well, it says, okay, billing information. So I went all through that. It says, oh, we're going to include like $19.99 for whatever it was. And then I said, okay. And then it gets like, okay, why do you want $19.99 for? And it says, oh, it's because it's for purchase something. And I was like, yeah, that's where it gets you.
Right.
So I went back to the site and it says, oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to get mine, or I want to really order it. And I'm like, yeah. And I put on there, wait till you get to the end, people. It charges you an extra $19.99. Wait till you get to the end.
Amelia, take a look at this.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Jordan.
Now, when I started that video, did you think that was Barack Obama?
First, yes.
Okay. The thing that I recognized immediately was his voice, because I know what Barack Obama sounds like, and it very little sounds like him.
Peel created this fake video of President Obama to demonstrate how easy it is to put words in someone else's mouth.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
Not everyone bought it, but the technology behind such frauds is rapidly improving, even as worries increase about their potential for harm. This is your Bloomberg Quick Take on deepfakes.
This is cool. We're actually doing a show, Amelia, you and I. It's already scheduled on the schedule.
Okay.
Deep fakes. Okay. I want you to look at your screen. You see all of these people? Okay. They all look like the same face, don't they?
Yes.
They're not.
Wow.
Not at all. None of these people are the same. They've all been manipulated digitally.
Wow.
Wait till I show you. You're gonna blow your fucking mind. Watch this.
Deepfakes, or realistic-looking fake videos and audio, gained popularity as a means of adding famous actresses into porn scenes. Despite bans on major websites, they remain easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input.
I want you to notice what the actor is doing, and then look at Donald Trump. Now, I'm going to pull back. I want you to look.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what the actor is doing. Please take very careful note of, because I'm going to talk about this.
Easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input real audio or video of a specific person, the more the better, and the software tries to recognize patterns in speech and movement. Introduce a new element like someone else's face or voice, and a deepfake is born.
It's actually extremely easy to make one of these things. There were just some supposed, breakthroughs from academic researchers who work with this particular kind of machine learning in the past few weeks, which would drastically reduce the amount of video you need actually to create one of these.
See these two people?
Mm-hmm.
They're two different people.
Wow. They look exactly the same.
Yep. But wait, it gets better. It gets better. I was telling you about this before.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand. You want to know how hard it is to tell the truth these days?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Programs like FakeApp, the most popular and widely available for making deep fakes, need dozens of hours of human assistance to create a video that looks like this, rather than this. In August, researchers at Carnegie Mellon revealed software that accurately rendered not just facial features, but changing weather patterns and flowers in bloom.
I will tell people
Mm-hmm.
that there's an app, and it's kind of scary because I actually used it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an app on the Google App Store. You could find it on the Apple Store.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Face Swap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what it is, Amelia?
Yes. Uh-huh. You could
Okay.
do the change of the face for one person with the other, yeah.
And that's exactly what you're looking at right
Mhm.
now. But this is the high-tech version of, this is the fucking scary version of Face Swap.
Mm.
Okay? Watch.
This advance is not yet available to the public. But with increasing capability comes increasing concern.
This is kind of fake news on steroids, potentially. We do not know of a case yet where someone has tried to use this to perpetrate a kind of fraud or an information warfare campaign, or for that matter, to really damage someone's reputation. But it's the danger that everyone is really afraid of.
In a world where fakes
Very
are easy to create, authenticity also becomes easier to deny. People caught doing genuinely objectionable things could claim evidence against them is bogus. Fake videos can also be difficult to detect, though researchers around the world and at the US Department of Defense have said they're working on ways to counter them. Deep fakes do, however, have some positive uses. Take Cereproc, a firm that creates digital voices for people who lose theirs from disease.
Speech synthesis is the artificial production of human speech.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many.
Yeah, watch this.
Mhm.
Okay, are you familiar with Lord of the Rings?
A little bit of it. My son is more than I am. but-
Okay, watch this.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay? That's weird looking.
Mhm.
That was weird looking. Take a look at this again. This is really strange.
That could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
I am not
perfect.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay. This is going to scare you. Watch this.
Hi, Mark.
This is going to scare
I am
you.
not Morgan Freeman, and what you
What?
see is not real. Well,
At least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being?
What?
Would you believe me?
Watch.
What is your perception of
Scary.
reality? Is
Wow.
it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
Wow.
Now, you're going to see how he did it. It's going to, it's very enlightening, illuminating. Let's put it that way. It's very illuminating to find out a guy created Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
just created him.
His voice wasn't that deep at first. I said that can't be him anyway.
Well, you're gonna
Yeah.
see in a second whose voice it really is.
Oh wow.
It's gonna surprise you too. Ready?
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not.
What?
Okay,
Wow.
that's a white guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. What
That's
he
shocking.
did- Oh wait, what he did was he completely fabricated Morgan Freeman from the ground up,
Wow.
and he impersonated his watch. It's just scary stuff.
What if
It
I
is
were to
big.
tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel?
Well, that's the question, Amelia. He asked an important question. Does
That's
it make it
true.
real simply because you can see it, feel it, or touch it, or taste it? Does it make it real?
Depends on what it is, really.
That's partly true.
Mm-hmm.
That's partly true. Or is it all perception?
Mm-hmm.
Are we, for example, and this is a very interesting example.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to describe to somebody that's never eaten a hamburger
Mm-hmm.
what a hamburger tastes like, how would you describe it to them? What would you use in a way of describing to a person the taste of a hamburger?
Basically, if like the part of the bun first, I guess something soft. It would be something soft and then juicy in the middle.
Well, how
and-
about this? How about
Mhm.
just give them a hamburger?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be the easiest?
unless they're
way?
vegetarian. Unless they're vegetarian.
Well, yeah, unless they're
Mhm.
yeah, but we're assuming that they're a meat eater.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so if someone's never had a hamburger before,
Mm-hmm.
the best way to describe to them is say, "Here, eat
Yeah.
it,
And have fun.
and you'll understand."
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to say to someone, "This is what a hamburger tastes like."
Yeah.
Or you could say, or you could describe it and say, it has a moist, nutty, meaty feeling, a texture.
Mm-hmm.
It has a soft bun, sometimes better with cheese,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes really good with an onion or a tomato. And you can create this elaborate meal just from the word hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got this a hamburger deluxe
Yeah.
or a hamburger deluxe with cheese or bacon or
Mm-hmm.
you know, a simple hamburger now becomes a feast.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of ways to describe. Watch this stuff.
I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
Now, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Okay. Who is that?
Tom Cruise?
No, it's not.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
That's not Tom Cruise. That man's name is Chris Umi. Okay? I'm going to let him tell you the story.
In this reel, you're going to see my amigo, Chris Umi. He's going to introduce to you the wonderful world of deepfakes, how AI and VFX are unlocking the future of our imagination. What's up, TikTok? You guys cool if I play some sports?
Let me show you what he's doing.
Uh-huh.
Okay? He's showing you behind the scenes how he creates a fake Tom Cruise. Watch this.
You guys cool if I play some sports?
Look at that. Now, Amelia, take a look. I'm going to show you this again. Take a look at this. I'm going to stop it here. Okay. You see them two people?
Yeah, the one on the left looks totally different from the one on the right.
Exactly. The guy on the left is Chris Umi.
Mm-hmm.
The guy on the right is also Chris Umi. It's the same guy. What he's done is he's manipulated his face using Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Okay, you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, his facial features made him look more like Tom Cruise on the second one.
Well, watch how he's doing it.
Yeah, because of the black face. Like that.
Of course, he does kind of resemble Tom anyway.
A lot, yeah. Very much so.
I think there's bubblegum inside this. That's incredible. How come nobody ever told me there's bubblegum? Incredible. Oh, yeah.
And that's the world of deepfake. It's
Wow.
a scary, scary thought to think to yourself that if you don't trust the news, you have now even more reason than ever not to trust anything you see, anything you hear, anything regarding the news or world history or any of that, because it's all everything that you're looking at is manipulated. It's all completely fabricated.
And give that app to those Nigerian people that are pretending to be military people and get those ladies to give them money. Give that app to them. They're
Oh
They're
yeah, but that
dangerous.
no, not that. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole
That's
nother thing.
horrible. But I mean, remember that movie Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage?
That's yeah. That's
That's like that,
what
isn't
we're
it?
talking about.
That's scary to do something
You're
like that.
watching it. You're watching it
Mhm.
now happen. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
just showed you
the
7 minutes worth
yeah,
of.
that's
Okay.
that's
And you
scary for
want to
that to
know why
happen.
not to trust the news? I don't
Mhm.
watch the news.
I don't either. I
I
stopped
don't
watching it
trust
years
the
ago.
news. I How can you trust something that's
Mm-mm.
so obviously and clearly manipulated?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give you a perfect example, of something that
Mhm.
happened. Scary.
Mhm.
It was a woman, I think it might have been actually in Texas. I think it was Texas.
Mhm.
So a woman was asking for help
Mhm.
finding who killed her daughter. Okay. Come to find out, there was a video of a basketball game taking place. Okay. And her daughter, quote unquote, her daughter
Mhm.
was at the basketball game when she should have been obviously dead by then, right?
Mm.
The person who killed her made a deep fake of the girl and placed
Oh
her.
no.
Yes. So this woman thought her daughter was still alive and she was holding out hope.
Oh,
They
that's
found
horrible.
that's the kind of shit we're talking about. Okay. Yes, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. That's what we're talking about.
Mm-mm.
This is horrible. But that's what we're talking about. Fake news, the world of deep fakes and fake news. We're going to do an episode entirely dedicated to deep fakes. I believe, Amelia, it was maybe, I'm wanting to say March, maybe April. Will you check
I
my
still have the
schedule?
calendar here. I didn't take anything out yet.
Good. Don't take anything out yet.
So let's see. I can tell you really quickly here. Let's see.
What you got?
Let's see. I got deep fakes was going to be March 16th and
That's in
14th.
March. Okay.
14th and 16th. We were probably going to be those 2 days, maybe one of those days, maybe that week, maybe. So we're thinking about doing a 2-week show, maybe those 2 days, maybe one of those days, maybe.
Why? What do you got in mind?
Well, we could probably do. We probably have enough to do both those that week. So.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we will. We'll probably do
the
both
14th,
of
which
them.
is a
because
Tuesday, or the 16th.
I'm going to need both shows for sure
Mm-hmm.
to do deep fakes because it's such a complicated.
It is.
I think what we'll do then is maybe you could record an episode of Is It Me?
We're thinking about doing celebrities as well for that.
Well, for what?
For the deep fakes.
Oh wait, there's God, you ain't seen nothing yet. Please, celebrity deep fakes. There's thousands of them.
We're thinking about doing that for deep fakes as for that one.
Oh God, please.
If you wanted to do that, we could do that still in March.
Oh, we will do. We'll do it. Yeah, just leave it there.
Okay.
But yeah, tell you what. What's the Buzz podcast is starting to expand a bit. We've got as you can see behind Amelia. Is it me or what?
Mm-hmm.
The show with her famous mouth logo behind her.
See, he thinks it's this one. I can't even open it that far.
We'll be introducing people to Blue Collar Chaos, the UFO cover up. We'll be doing that frequently. We've got What's the Buzz and some special episodes we're planning. We want everybody to join us Tuesday, January 10th. We are celebrating Elvis Presley's birthday with What's the Buzz Popcast on January the 10th with a special surprise. Elvis tribute artist Nathan Pittorf will join us, and that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you, because he's got to bring a surprise with him. Now, we are, I believe, doing a show. Amelia, what's our show next Thursday? I don't have the schedule with me right now.
We actually hadn't planned that as of yet.
Oh, it's Jim Fife.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jim's joining us next week, right?
Mm-hmm. You weren't supposed to know that.
Well, he's not watching right now. I know that. He's not watching right now, but
that's going to be a surprise for one of you, but I guess it'll be for him.
It's not a surprise for me. It's going to be a surprise for him, because I know he's not watching right now. He'll be surprised when he tunes in. Okay, so was going to say something here. Hold on.
After that, we're going to be kind of surprising you after that, because we got some other things that we're going to do. We want to probably bring some writers. No, we're going to bring some writers in and maybe do some other.
Oh, yeah, we're going to bring in, I think Alistair and Tamara are going to join us again. Dan Emer. We're going to bring Dan Emer and Carver Pike. We're going to we're trying to put together a writers roundtable. I think, you know what? And I want you, when we do this writers roundtable, let's invite Tamara, Alistair, Dan Emer, Carver Pike, and Nikita Brezhnikov.
Okay.
Let's
get everybody to talk about their stuff and
all their books.
Yes,
absolutely. And definitely I want Dan on. I want to do another show with Dan anyway.
Oh, yes.
By himself.
Yeah. His book is a great book.
It's called The Satan Gene.
And the Satan is an acronym.
Big book.
It's an actual acronym. His book is actually an acronym.
Yep.
So
tell everybody what Satan stands for.
I haven't really had a chance to.
You tell me you haven't read that book, I'll hit you with
Not all of it. Look, I've got.
It's a big. Yeah, I know it's a big book.
It's a big book, but I haven't had a chance to read all of it. But yeah, but there it is. I don't know if you can see it because of my screen.
Oh, I sure can. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the back of it. So.
Yeah, that's a big ass book. It's about.
It's a thick book.
Almost 700 pages.
Yeah, it's a lot book, but yeah, I've gotten through some of it. So
yeah. I'm actually going to have my book printed.
Oh, good! Yay! And I still want a copy.
I know. I everybody wants a copy of my book. Okay, I'll get.
Well, I need one. And Pastor Steve, I don't know if you're watching or not, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
he was under the weather for a little bit. I don't know.
He's actually feeling pretty good. I talked to Pastor Steve the other day. Let me see something. I wanted to tell everybody. Where is it? Right here. There you go. I want to tell everybody where they can find us. Tell everybody where they can find us.
YouTube.com/What's the Buzz Podcast. And our email address is what'sthebuzzpodcast@gmail.com. And we also
anything you want to address to the show.
Yes.
Address it to what'sthebuzzpodcast@gmail.com.
To myself or Angelo, and one of us will get back with you.
We're not using Amelia's
personal emails.
We're not using personal emails any longer for the show. Again, we did fake news tonight. We could probably do 2 or 3 more shows just on fake news.
Yes. And
we barely even
covered any of it.
Oh God, yeah.
And we have What's the Buzz Podcast Facebook group page. So if you're not a member, come join us on there. We also have What's the Buzz page and What's the Buzz radio page as well. So we have 3 actually pages going on. And if you would like to, our radio stations is WWTF letters. You could Google us as well as What's the Buzz, and we have 3,000.
If you Google WWTF radio, you're going to find us. That's easy.
3,000 plus channels.
Yep. We are a radio station
worldwide. People
and people don't understand that. Yep, internet radio is real radio, folks.
Exactly.
Despite what one idiot God, please, it's an Elvis impersonator, please. Like we need another Elvis
Boss
impersonator.
hog. No, but we don't talk about sit around
If
and
you
talk about
don't know
Predator.
what we're talking about, folks, there is an idiot who says internet radio is not real radio. Well, I said, tell the 400,000 people out there who have radio shows and podcasts that it's not real radio.
Mhm.
I think they will beg to differ.
Mhm.
I think they might even smack the shit out of you.
Right. And
I will
you know,
tell
we bring
you.
you facts, we bring you truths, we bring you all kinds of stories that we find interesting, and you know, we want to know, but we take it apart and we put it back
Absolutely.
together. Because let me tell you something. Angelo brought to me my attention at the Amityville Horror House. I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was a real scary house. You know what? He broke it down to us, and guess what? It wasn't scary at all. It wasn't haunted, people. Look at our
Right?
show.
Yeah, watch the show.
Watch the show. YouTube. Go look it
Again,
up.
you know what, Amelia? We're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. It's all perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If anybody would like transcripts of our show,
Yes.
they are available. You can email us
Mm-hmm.
for a transcript of the show if you'd like to read it.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like a copy of the show, we will send it to you.
Yes.
If you want to download a copy, go to www.tfradio.podbean.com. You can download a copy, as almost 11 million people have.
Yes,
That's
they
a
have.
real number. That's not a bullshit number, folks. That's
No.
a real live number.
Mm-hmm.
Almost right now, I'll tell you exactly how many right now, Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell everybody what we're looking at numbers wise. These are real
Yes.
numbers, folks,
Mm-hmm.
because we reach people all around the world. Here you
Yes,
go.
we do.
9,377,065.
That's a real number.
Okay. Just shy of 10 million. I'm sorry, not
Mhm.
11 million, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Just shy of 10 million.
Yeah.
Real number.
And I would not have known anything about that house unless, you know, Angela broke it down for me. And now I'm like, really?
Well, that's what
What?
people say to me. Well, Angelo, you're boring, or
You're
that
not
guy,
boring.
he called me boring. The guy called me boring.
You're not boring.
I don't know how you could look at me and say I'm boring. Are you kidding me? I'm Mr. Excitement.
You're not boring at all. I don't know. I think he might as well called you boring to try to get away from him being boring, I think.
Well, he's from buttfuck Oklahoma, okay? What do you want me to tell you about that?
I don't know.
That's everything you need to know.
Yeah.
I got a hack job Elvis impersonator who can't sing, but sounds like a cat stepped on you. You know, somebody stepped on a cat's tail. That's how he sings, like.
And I think that he only makes himself sound good only until if you're drunk. I don't know.
Oh God, please. Let me tell you something. Please. Oh, I got to tell you something. Speaking of Elvis impersonators,
Mm-hmm.
our friend Pete Wilcox called me last night.
Really?
Pete will be joining us
Mm-hmm.
for the Elvis show by a
Oh, that's
videotape.
great.
By videotape.
Mm-hmm.
He won't be with us live. He'll be with us on tape. So he and I are going to tape a segment on Monday.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
because he just moved into a new house.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Not far from you, actually.
Oh, good.
So let me put my stuff away here. I'm putting my stuff away, folks. Yeah, here you go. And I just wanted everybody to know that our buddy Pete Wilcox still around. Pete was in between houses there for a little bit, but he's got himself him and his wife got a nice house, and God bless him, and they're good people. What am I missing, Neil? Anything?
That's
before we say
it. We
goodnight to
did
everybody?
great. That's it. We did everything.
I think we're good then.
Mhm.
Why don't we just wish everybody? I tell you what, everybody, have a great night. And
Yes.
the year is just starting out. We're only
Mhm.
like 5 days into the new year. So I'm going to wish everybody a happy New Year because it's still New Year. It's going to be a new year and all the way through December. Okay, so it's every day is New Year.
Yes.
Because it's not the last year; it's the New Year.
Yes.
Okay. Because that's what I said, and there you go. It's already out there.
and start that jar like I do. You know, put anything that happened good to you, put it in that jar, and by the end of the year, look and see everything that happened to you. That was great.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. On behalf of Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I'm Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio. Take care, everybody. Be kind to each other. We'll see you Tuesday and celebrate Elvis.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.